Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Viewpoint Ministries podcast. This podcast goes every Friday at 9 p.m. And we just finished a wonderful topic, a live broadcast on Be Your Best with a very wonderful woman of God who wears many hats. And I'm going to bring her up so that she can help us with the topic for this podcast today. And it is practical tips to become the best version of yourself. So today we have with us Mrs. Sunny, who is, she is a wife, she's a mother, she's a host, she's a coach. She is a speaker, she's an author, she's a businesswoman, so she wears many hats, and she spoke with us on a live broadcast, on what it means to be your best, how it can be your best, and a whole lot more things that we discussed during that live broadcast. It was a wonderful time. So please make sure that you go to our pages, all of our social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of them, to check out that broadcast. Be your best. So we're going to go right into our topic for this podcast: practical tips to become the best version of yourself. I'm going to turn it over to you, Ma. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and to Sister Bosaya, thank you to Viewpoint Ministry for this wonderful opportunity. Since we have a very short time for this section, I just want to encourage everybody that we listen to this podcast or are listening to please make sure that you implement some of the tips I'm going to be discussing with you, because information is powerful, but it's useless until it becomes knowledge. And knowledge unapplied is also as useless as not having information. So, and knowledge that we apply must lead to transformation. So, number one practical tip to be your best is you must be clear of who you are. You must have a clear identity of yourself, and your identity is in God, who God called you, who God created you to be. Whether you are a man or a woman, whether you are a boy or a girl, going back to the issue of identity and getting a clarity on it is very, very important. When you know who you are, that's going to lead you to have the right goal and the right purpose. So that's number one tip. The number one tip of identity also comes with the issue of know who created you. If you have a wrong mindset about who created you, you are going to follow the wrong information about yourself. For example, we all know that there is the science that says that there is no God, and that men just come by after the Big Bang theory. Or there's also the theory that says that you are a descendant of ape, animal. And because of that, when somebody does something, maybe you make a mistake, or they say you acted like animal. In other words, they're saying that you are acting like your whether grandmother, ape or tiger. But when you know that you are an image of God, created by God, made in His image, who has power, who is able to do all things, who can create, you are going to live in that mindset to direct and to guide you. So I say, get a clarity on who you are. Clarity about your identity is important. Don't assume, don't take on, don't accept anything that God does not call you. If somebody call you stupid, tell them you are not stupid, because God is not stupid and God made you in His image. Just because you did not get A in mathematics or you fail your economic class or your chemistry class, does not mean that you are not unique. You may be the best footballer. You may actually be the best speaker. So don't take in any identity that is not yours. Number 2 is that once you know your identity, seek to know why, what defines you. What are the things that make you different? What make you unique? What make you special? Discover that in the place of relationship with God. Know God, because God created you and God will speak to you. Get a relationship with God and discover your purpose. Then begin to dream. Maybe you like to write. For example, when I was a little girl, I loved to read. Any book I lay my hand on, I read, I write. So, and it's still following me up till now. That thing that makes you unique, you may not have everything you need to be big right now. Start working on it. Maybe you are an adult, you have a big dream when you are a child, but because of your need growing up, you have abandoned it. Go back to it. So number 2 tip is that know your purpose. 3, dream big. You see, when your dream is not big enough, you are going to easily quit and abort it. But when your dream is big that you go to God, you start making research, and you start seeing somebody that have done it, it's going to help you to do a deep sight and trust in God. So when people don't have a big dream, they sleep through the day and they go to their job just because somebody did something offended them, they quit. You don't quit on yourself. Or maybe in the ministry, just because somebody do something you don't like, you abandon your ministry. No, dream big, see yourself at the top. Desire to be the best in that ministry. Desire to be the best in your class. Desire to get A's. Desire to make your business the best. Have that dream that push you to go the extra level. Nobody, a quick saying says that nobody find gold on top of the ground. You have to dig for it. So people who want gold, they know the value of gold and they do what it takes to get it. So when you dream big, you are going to do what it takes to achieve the dream. And it is those people that make a difference. So I always ask myself, why is it that even in Christendom, God give us equal platform, but yet so many people are suffering and they are Christian? Now it's been like sickness is not supposed to be our portion. If you decide to live a healthy, sickness-free, I did it. You can do it. 20 years, the word of God works. Fight for it. Pay the price. The next thing is that have an action plan. So if you dream, you seek for information, knowledge, and begin to create an action plan. If you don't have an action plan, your dream is just a wish list. Have an action plan. Action plan will help you to say, okay, what must I achieve at this time? Your action plan will come with your goals, timeline, a lot of things goes to your action plan. So you have to have you have a dream, you break your dream down to what? Achievable goals. They call it SMART goal. Part of that I discuss in my book, Be Your Best, right? Tip for teenager and young adults to unleash your potentials, right? Overcome your challenges, achieve your dreams, and impart your word. So have a action plan. In your action plan, you must have your dream breakdown to achievable goals or SMART goals, and then know that SMART goal, each one of them, you create your action step by step, what you need to do, and then take the action. Action will mean like, okay, every week I must read a book. Maybe just read something. You don't have to read through it, but make it like every week I propose that I want to be the best in my basketball, or I want to get A in science, or I want to go to the best school. What do I need to do? Take action that allows you to reach that point. And then once you have action points and you write it and you have your timeline, begin to put your resources into it. You see, a lot of us, one of the goals, a lot of women, adult ones, is to be financially free. Right? Let's take that as an example. You want to be financially free, but then you are spending everything you get. You are making plans. that is over old, that is making you to have no saving. And I'm going to recommend a book. If you are one of those people who wants to be rich, who wants to be debt-free, God doesn't want a believer to be in debt. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. You can download it online. The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a small book, very interesting book. Read it, take the action there. And it's just a story about how you can start saving $1 of every $10 you make towards your investment, and you put it away. So once you have that, begin to pray. Then the final thing I will ask is that you must have a mentor. You see, your mentor does not mean that you have to actually be with them one-on-one. It could be their book. For example, one of my mentors is Kenneth and Gloria Copeland. They are my mentor for both finance and healing, faith. I've been following them for the last 20-something years of my life. And I use their books. I've attended their conferences. I've traveled to their conferences several times. I buy their books. I read their books. I listen to them online. And I use some of the things they are teaching me. And they have helped me to live a life of no fear, boldness. So who is that mentor that can help you to achieve that dream, to be the best version of yourself? So the point here is that I'm going to go over the point again. Number one, you must have a desire, right? When you have a desire, that desire must drive you. Okay, let's go back. You must know who you are, clarity about your identity, your purpose, who you are, why you are in this world, what is your assignment, what makes Ronke different from my husband, what makes my first son different from my second son, what makes my daughter unique from my sons. Everybody has their unique. Just because they come from the same parent does not mean they're all going to be the same. They all have their own unique. So know that thing. So you know who you are, clarity. Through God who created you, you know God. Number two, you know your purpose, your dream, your gift. What is that thing? I tell people that you are made of 3 parts: your spirit, your soul, your body. So your spirit carries it. Nobody sees your spirit, but in you, you know it. That thing that you know you can do, but even people don't know it. You discover it. You get to work on it. Once you know them, those 3 things: identity, purpose, assignment, and your God in together, you begin to dream. Your dream comes from desire. If you don't have a desire to be somebody, nobody can push you. Like I said, I gave this book to somebody, and she says like, oh, this book means that I have to force myself to be good all the time, to be this. Like, if you're not that all the time, why do you have to be less of who you are? Who you are is who you are. So be who God created you to be. So dream big, and then begin to put your dream into goals. Like, make it short goals. You know what you can achieve in 1 month, in 2 months, in 1 year, in 5 years. And then even that goal, there are a lot of things you have to do with the goals. You can read there are a lot of books on goals, and I talk about it in my book, how to turn your dream into goal, achievable goals, smart goals, and the step you need to take. And there's some exercise there. And then I talk about after you have your goals after you have your smart goals, then you begin to have your action steps. Because without action, brethren, it's just a wish list. So those actions must be specific. They must be timeline. So, okay, every week, Ronke will read at least 20 minutes in a week concerning that goal, that particular goal. If it's your finances, every paycheck, Ronke must save $100. That is my goal. So every paycheck, I have an account that I can't touch. And why am I saving it? You must know the purpose. Because if you have a goal and that purpose is not clear, that why, then you're going to misuse whatever you save or whatever you put on yourself. And finally, you must, no matter what, go back and review what you're doing and pray all the time. And hopefully that will help you. Remember, be clear about your identity, be clear about your purpose, your gift, your talent, and then have a desire, dream big, turn your dreams into achievable goals, then have a action plan, and make sure that your action plan is specific, a timeline, and you go back and take the action you promise yourself, and go back and review and start to live your identity.
Amen. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for those clear, practical tips that we can use to become the best version of ourselves. And thank you for the bonus for giving us that the book. I wrote it down, The Richest Man in Babylon. So I'm adding that to the book that I need to get. Thank you so very much, Ma. God bless you. It's been a wonderful time having you both on the live broadcast and on this podcast. I'm gonna put you in the studio. Stay with us. All right, to our listeners, to our viewers, we have come to the end of today's podcast. Please remember those practical tips that have been shared with us. And like our guest said today, that it's not enough to know, to have knowledge. It's not enough to be aware, to be informed. We have to go a step further to actually implement the things that we have learned, the things that we have been told today. So if you are struggling with your purpose, whichever area that you are on, whichever step that you're on, you declare about who you are, know what God's purpose is for you, have desire, dream big, have an action plan that comes with your goal, timeline, smart goals, and all of that, and have a mentor. And she also added that we should, review, always go back, try to gauge how far you come, and also make sure to pray. So it's been an awesome time, and I have been your host, Osayo Adibakare, and I pray that you have a wonderful week. Have a great one. Bye-bye.